Hi friends, Happy New Year. This is Kat with Catfish Plans. Today I wanted to share with you how I use what I refer to as the Calendex in my Hobonichi Weeks Mega. What you're seeing here before you is the 2022 version. I know we've now started the new year and it's now a thing of the past. Crazy to think how fast time flies. But just to quickly dive into my planner, the Calendex, I love using this functionally just to see things over a 12-month period. So some of the information here is also in my monthly and weekly view. Depending on what it is I'm tracking, I like to see it from like a 12-month view perspective overall. And so this is where I will store that information. So just as a high level, I have a key code here on the very top. Depending on if the key code description overlaps into month 2 and 3, that just tells me quickly that that applies to the entire year. If I see one that's maybe specific to, like, here is May and July, then I know that that is when that particular tracking had started. That was just for one day. It was the last day of school. And then for July, it was when my sons went back to school. So as far as the highlighted sections, so the gray sections that are highlighted every month are going to be when I have started, when I'm getting ready to start a new birth control pack. So that would typically mean the time of the month for me. I do have pay dates highlighted throughout the month as well with a dollar symbol. That was just to help me from a budgeting perspective. On a monthly basis, I do use this just to see quickly when pay periods come up as it relates to mortgage payment, as well as highlighting the months where there was actually a fifth paycheck, just because of the month cycle and pay period. I was highlighting that. In the second half of the year, the company that I work for started to enforce working in the office X amount of days throughout the month. So I started to track that information here. And then at the end of the month, I just for myself put a number of how many times I did go into the office. Just for myself, I'm visual and like to see numbers and data in that form, so that's where I had that tracked. This little sticky note or flag, I would move it along throughout the year just so that I can quickly see where I was throughout the month. Some other highlights that I had, so my youngest son is autistic and there was a huge milestone for him that he accomplished in April, so that was something that I had highlighted here, and that's where I have this note. When my sons have missed school due to illness or even just something else that had come up, I did document that here as well. Since I have two sons, I use a square symbol and I have their first name initial in that box. With this Calendex, it obviously is the way our school year breaks out, right? It's going to be the first, kind of the last half of that school year and then the new school year coming up. Tracking the 12-month overview of them missing school just kind of gives me a good sense of over a 12-month period how often they've missed school. Obviously, it's two different school time frames or years, but that's okay. So as far as how I will be using it for 2023, it will be a little bit more slimmed down, I think. I say that, but then I'm realizing that a lot of what I've documented already is somewhat the same. Maybe as far as colors schemes, I might have changed it a little bit, but I will go and just quickly refer to this new year. So it's all pen right now, which is something I'm going to gravitate more towards for the new year. I have highlighted, I have my symbols, key codes that I will be using, no school, absences, days that I go into the office, when a new birth control pack is started, bank holidays, and then I did highlight the first and last day of school here. I'll just kind of bring it up to just a little bit more in the view line. These red lines are going to be the time of the month for me. So what I will do is then just that quick symbol for a new birth control will then begin the Saturday, or excuse me, the Sunday following. So this is kind of the bare minimum for now. I think in comparing it to my weeks that I just completed, I think I do want to go ahead and highlight some of this so it stands out more quickly for me. I know it's kind of hard to see in this light. It is somewhat difficult as well for myself outside of the camera view. So that just wraps up how I use my Calendex. I hope you find it helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop the comments below, and I hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care. Bye.